Happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Janay Rice has another news article about what led up to her and her husband Ray Rice getting into it in that on that elevator. I want to use her story for a second for people to understand this is a problem in numerous ways, right? So I'm gonna put the link in the description box below. One of the problems is this. Basically, she was mad at her husband for being a housewife, a homemaker, a mother. She felt like he wasn't doing enough to provide, doing enough, doing enough fatherly duties or husbandly duties. If you please read the article, please read the article because at some point this is an issue. And I'm gonna tell you why. So you have a husband who's making millions of dollars. You're a stay-at-home mom who can afford to get a nanny or a maid if things are too hard. Mind you, after this incident happened, people brought up the thing with her and her mother on TV, and her mother's there, this will never happen again. Which, your mom's supposed to have your back, not tripping, but in a sense, you're saying that this millionaire who provided you, who married you after this, and you married him after this, y'all became a unit after this incident, wasn't doing enough when he provided you a mansion to live in, when he provided you the clothes were paid for, the home was paid for, the cars were paid for, the expenses of living, the child is already taken care of financially, and you mad at him because he's not changing diapers, or on his one day off a week he might decide to do an event and still have something to do. That same mother that was on the news should be there with you, since she's looking out for you, which I'm sure, technically speaking, you could have kept it all in the family. If your mom were there for that event, your mother probably could have been there helping you with the baby, because you could have been like a surrogate nanny, and the lifestyle is already paid for, because I'm sure the home is big enough to fit grandma in it too. Get what I'm saying? So in one aspect, and I'm not trying to talk bad about his wife, I'm not trying to talk bad about her, but what I am trying to say is sometimes you get what you ask for, and when you get it, then all of a sudden, oh my bad, let's switch it up. And that's the problem here. Because at the end of the day, when you look at the comment section, people are like, well, under no circumstances should you ever, he hit you, that's the biggest issue. And she's talking about what led up to the fight. And what led up to the fight was being a spoiled brat. What she was mad about was the fact that she actually had to be a mother. Now here's the issue, sisters, that I want y'all to understand. Strong, independent woman, backbone, pillar of the community, rocking the foundation. I don't need a man, but if a man could, come aboard and do for me, or be a real man and step up, then I won't settle for anything. So basically, she has no leeway to reason behind not being able to be a housewife or a homemaker. She really doesn't. And and it makes it sound like that was difficult. It's not like she wasn't getting up in the morning. She didn't have to go to work and be a housewife. No. She didn't have to how can I say this? Worry about how the food was gonna get on the table and be a housewife. No. And everybody who's got kids know, they get easier as they get older. So if you're a little bit tired in the beginning, you frustrated in the beginning, once you get a child on a routine, you good. So that process was damaging. And it makes it look like even when you got all the cards in your favor, you can't do it. So even if you marry a millionaire who provided you everything you need for your lifestyle and kids, it's too hard. I don't like the fact that he's working and providing for us. It sounds fucking ungrateful to say that you driving a 3 hour trip to Atlantic City, and this is what I mean by part of that thing was like she was just up. She had been upset about this shit. So he said, "Let's go to a party." After football season is over, mind you. So she was mad. She was mad part of the season, and then after the season's over, he's like, "Hey, let's take a break. Let's go to Atlantic City. I'm done doing my work. You need a break from the baby. We're gonna go kick it." On the ride there, you mad. On the ride there, you feeling some type of way. 3 hours go by, you still stewing in your head, just Then you get there, you start drinking, start talking, start acting a fool. Then y'all get into it. Everybody knows what happens with the rest. And I'm sitting there like, and I had to show some of this to some people that I know, some married people, some single people, some older people, some co-workers. Like, am I tripping here? They like, you mean to tell me if she would have said this shit during the football season, she wouldn't be crying about him not having a job, or because people be like, really? You mad about what? And then on the flip side, it's like, okay, I gotta commend both of them for having each other's back in this, because. And then I see other women commenting in the comment section like, shut the fuck up. Like, just shut the fuck up. You're making this worse and worse and worse. And this situation is not making it worse for her or her husband. Because I'm going to tell you why. You felt like you needed to be at home more. You messed up his job situation. Well, I'm not saying you messed it up because you wasn't the one who you got in the fight. You kind of instigated the fight, knowing if he got into a fight, he was going to really bear the brunt of the responsibility and accountability. So that's what happened. That's the path he chose. It is what it is. You can't get by that. But now he's at home. Now he can take care of the baby all day. And now you feeling some type of way because you didn't want him at home. I mean, ladies, and I've dealt with a lot of females in my life, friends, family, otherwise, who seem not to get this fundamental thing. If you got everything you wanted and it's all fucked up, it's you. It's you. Because at the end of the day, she can't say she didn't say the relationship was bad prior to that. She didn't say they had issues with infidelity or finances or mental abuse. She basically said, I'm tired of having a baby. What? And sisters, this is what brothers sometimes talk about when y'all say we can't find a good man, and we look at y'all like y'all crazy, because basically what y'all want and are looking for is what she wanted her husband to technically be. He needed to be the man who go out and make millions of dollars. He needed to be the man that bought the house, bought the cars, took care of her, maybe took care of some of her family and his family. And when she had the baby, take care of the baby. And she was supposed to do what? Be worshipped for being there? What was she supposed to do? Because even the homemaker job is too much. And when you saying, and you got women who co-sign shit like this, not understanding that, it's not a good thing to co-sign, because basically what you're saying right now is if you had the ideal situation and you got the ideal situations, just like, let me finish this thought. If you had the ideal situation, it would still be too much to handle. You still need, you still are not equipped to even handle an ideal situation where you really don't have to do much. Which is furthermore exacerbated by these reality shows. Can't get around it. These television programs, these ladies out here in various forms of media cooning, who are habitually fucking up. I was dating this guy. I was married to this guy. Okay, what are you doing with your life now? Now that you done got the divorce, now that you done got the settlement, now that you done got the money, now that you done got the alimony, now that you done got the kids, now that you done got the child support, now that you done got the media on your side and saying, you're number one and he is evil, what are you doing now? I'm shopping. And I'm just vacationing and taking pictures. You useless. You fucking useless. How you the backbone of the community doing this shit? And then you got women co-signing this bit. Well, she got hit. So that does not negate the ignorance that preceded this. Okay? It doesn't. Because when you ladies complain about why they don't even want to be with black women no more, it's like, you realize she ain't the only one that has this mentality, right? And here's the kicker. From a male point of view, she was the one that was there before the money. So if the one you're supposed to be with, when it's love, when both of you didn't have nothing, you be with them, and they get mad that you basically become a millionaire who takes care of her, and she didn't want to take care of the baby, and she mad about that, and you fighting about that? What can you get along with? What do you get along? If he would have just give her half of his money and say, go shop for the rest of your life. This is what I'm talking about. Now if I run out of money, I'm going to take the baby and divorce you and take half of that because, I need my money that I never worked for. Like, y'all fucking up. And fortunately, y'all fucking up publicly now to the point where it's, I hate to say this, but I don't hate to say this. A lot of you sisters don't realize y'all habitual behavior and it's going to really change all of these child support and custody laws. It really is. The same, and your feminist sisterhood women, they going to turn on you like, because you're fucking up the money now. Past that, I did this story because you see how hard people went in on guys like Ray Rice. They go, forget just Ray Rice, but just brothers in general. Same way they doing Bill Cosby, same way they did Chris Brown, same way they did Mike Tyson, same way they did. But see, when the time passes and the years go on and on and on, and people start looking at the story and they be like, you know what? He fucked up their life, but don't worry about that. It's in the past. Let it go. We're going to fuck up this new person's life. There's some rumblings that all this shit that we're spewing is not really real. It's not really true. Well, fuck it. People believe in it. They're going with it. They're saying to hang them, throw them under the bus. We'll fix that later when we'll say, that's in the past. Let it go. This is what people have been telling y'all for years. Because ultimately, getting everything she wanted, she still got married, but she can't get none out of a divorce if she tried to publicly divorce him in that scenario, because all the money that he made prior to them getting married, guess what? That's his money. All she would get is child support. No alimony. Less than 1 year marriage. Just saying. So if he's a pariah for the rest of his career, guess what? If she gets mad that he's not working, she gets nothing. If she was a dirty type of chick, she dirtied her way out of everything. So I'm out, man. I'm just saying. I'm out.